How we doing, dear? It's been a long time. We heard you were in the hospital this week, so we thought we'd, do what we could to say hello, and, for the occasion, we thought we'd wear our lab coat, you know, and, hope maybe this will, obviously now I'm very qualified to give medical advice, and, maybe it'll take us back to those, good old days when real doctors, chain smoked and wore shirts wide open with gold chains. I don't know if that's historically accurate. You're going to have someone else about the history of medicine, but yeah, it's been a long time, and we hope you're doing well, and life goes on. um, and we still, interrupt ourselves in mid-phrase so that we can have a drag of a cigarette. I was going to quit smoking, and then I bought 6 cartons of cigarettes from Moldova, and, that probably wasn't the greatest timing there, to tell you the truth. But, life goes on. It's, it's different here this term. It's quieted down. It's really strange, I want you to be back. I want everyone to be back so that we can, make lots of noise again, because that was a lot of fun. Um, I'll get out of work on Saturday nights and come back, and it's like the crickets are louder than Stokes, and it shouldn't be that way. I should hear frantic screaming, when I come back from work, and it's not frantic screaming. It's the collective voices saying, "Gardner, how we doing? Welcome home." Or that's what we like to think. Come get drunk. Oh well, times have changed. None of the new freshmen smoke, which is, good for them, but honestly, that's how I meet people when I'm standing out having cigarettes, Uh, and that's how I met people when I was a freshman. It's like, I don't know if I have a social life without cigarettes, honestly. Yeah. So it goes, so it goes, but, yeah, life is life. Uh, Yeah, so I'm sitting here right now with all my friends. I've got, let's see, I've got, Mr. Flamingo here. There we go. I like this image. Who knows how this is going to turn out? I'm kind of, I don't do this very often, but I could say, the doctor prescribes you a flamingo. Actually, I should be a psychiatrist or something because flamingos make people happy, and I think flamingos work better than Prozac, at least, in my case. I've never tried Prozac. I'm just on flamingos. I guess that's one way of putting it. And speaking of psychiatric medications, all my other friends are here. I've got my friend Jim, which I wish you were here with to enjoy with me, and my friend Jin, which I have several friends of Jin. They're not handles anymore, they're friends. This is how I work for, community. I refer to things as friends. And then I've got my friend, I like things that are Swedish. I like Swedish cars, I like Swedish women, I like Swedish furniture, and so, it's only appropriate that we would drink Swedish vodka, especially because it was on sale. Um, and then, vodka's best friend is triple sec, uh, which, you should not go into a bar and order a glass of straight triple sec unless you want to have a lot of people laugh at you. So, yeah, so we're in good company here. And then we've got our friend Chardonnay. You remember Oak Creek, don't you? They came out with 2 new lines of wine. They, they came out with sangria, which is not terrible for $3.99 sangria. And they came out with these 2 really terrifying varieties. One of which is called Sweet Red, and the other one of which is called Sweet White. And frankly, I think they both sound like hookers, but I guess maybe that's subjective. Um, I mean, and part of me thinks, okay, uh, what would we rather drink than a hooker? But, I mean, it's, this is one of those cases where, the dichotomy that exists between thought and action, is present, and where, the thought of drinking a hooker is a lot more pleasurable than the action of it. And I don't know why I'm talking about this, actually. And I think the cigarette went out, as it does. And, oops. Anyway, yeah. Speaking of that, Liz Coleman got a new car. She's driving one of those mini station wagons now. I think she's going domestic. It's kind of cute. She parks in fire lanes. It happens. Oh, and then I've got this. This is not my friend. At all. And there's a really creepy hair attached to the bottom of it, so I'm going to put it back now. Interesting story behind that that's not fit to go on the internet, but yeah. So I want to say it's good to see you, but I'm not actually seeing you. I'm seeing a reflection of myself, and that's not a terrible thing either. But it would be good to see you, and we miss having you around, and uh, and being able to talk retail properly is. I've taken to going up and having these conversations with the nice lady who works in the bookstore. But, it's a different kind of retail. That's like touchy-feely retail. I don't do touchy-feely retail. I do, hardcore retail. You strip those pallets, you face those aisles, you help those customers. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. As Eileen Scully said, we're obviously hardcore. So, we like to perpetuate that assumption, I suppose. Yeah. So, as it goes, you'll have to tell me all about how the CVS brand vodka and bourbon were. It probably wasn't bourbon, it was probably just whiskey, actually. I should know better than to call, non-bourbon, bourbon. But, yeah, life goes on. Things are good. We wish you were here. We can't wait to see you sometime, And I don't really have anything to say, but, I figure, Erika's in the hospital. We might as well, make some sort of, vague effort to be entertaining. And I may have failed. But, unfortunately, this webcam doesn't really pan out so that I can, like, juggle cucumbers or anything, because, if I could, I would, for you. Okay, yeah. Anyway, a lack of anything better to say. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing fabulous. Hope you, get out of the hospital soon. And, since I'm wearing a lab coat and therefore, am a doctor of medicine, the doctor recommends, well, you're not really sick, right? So I don't know. Usually when people have a cold, the doctor recommends, menthol cigarettes for a sore throat and, lots of cosmopolitan so you can get that vitamin C in the cranberry juice. And I'm going to look into whether triple sec has vitamin C in it or not. That would be convenient. But, yeah. So, things are things. That's my profound statement of the day. Anyway, it's good to see if we can get back in touch here, and it was either record a webcam video or read this, which looks fascinating actually. But you know how that goes when we're required to do something we don't want to do it. So yeah. Oh well. Well, you have a lovely afternoon, and hopefully we can reconnect soon, and hopefully I can sober up a little bit before we have to go to dinner. So take care now.